Those little lights you have just seen shining are the eyes, or the front lights, I should say, of a new fascinating toy and development. This is the so-called Endocameleon of Karl Storz, where in one endoscope, a mechanism now is built in where you can alternate the view from straightforward, almost 15 degrees, to 90 degrees up by means of a adjustable lens which sits right up there in the front. Let's try to use this for a diagnostic run through that nose over here. So we enter through the right nostril of our specimen here, have a nice glimpse onto the middle meatus, see the middle turbinate, up there the aganasi, and I try to carefully go down now to the nasopharynx. This is the 15 degrees, almost straightforward view, and I now enter the nasopharynx, rotate the telescope that it points towards the patient's left, and now alternate my angle of view. I do not move the telescope. This is just, and that's 15 degrees, and I can go in intervals over 20, 25. You look into Rosenmüller's fossa, into the Eustachian tube of the patient's other side. I'm about 45 degrees, 70 degrees, and now I'm at 90 degrees. And you can see from the shadow that is cast by the vomer that you can almost look into the choana on that patient's other side. Again, back to 15 degrees. Now, let's try to bring this up, choana going a bit anteriorly, and I try to go up into the sphenoethmoidal recess. Here you have the vessels of, or branches of the sphenopalatine. We see the sphenoid sinus ostium, but let's stay down there and let's assume that I couldn't bring my telescope up. So now I start again to tilt up, and you can see 20 degrees, 25, 30, 45 degrees. Without a movement of the telescope, it's just by rotating the lens in the tip. You can see the superior turbinate. And if I try to look into that gap over here between middle and superior turbinate, let's take advantage of the, of the angulation. We can have a look here into posterior ethmoid superior meatus, that is. And again, we'll move out of this again, over the sphenoid ostium, etc. You see that I need two hands to stabilize camera and endoscope alignment and to rotate the tip of the lens. So there we go. So let's try to enter the middle meatus and see what the angulation can do for us. This is 15 degrees, uncinate, anterior face of the bulla. Now moving up along the bulla, you can see the space between bulla and turbinate, hiatus semilunaris, going up further superiorly, attachment of turbinate, aganasi, going down now to the nasal floor. So this is a nice tool for diagnostic endoscopy that is on the market right now. The Endocameleon, that is.